For my museum project this semester, I visited the Camarillo Ranch in Camarillo, California. It was originally 10,000 acres and it was built by the Camarillo family. On the West Coast, people knew them for their white horses. You've even seen them in the Rose Parade. While I was waiting for the main house tour to start, I got a chance to look in the gardens, and there's so many gardens in this 4.5 acre estate. There are roses, there was a herb garden, there was fruit everywhere. There were massive, beautiful trees that have been here for over 100 years. The millwork on the gazebo matched the millwork on the house, which I thought was very clever. It was just so whimsical wherever I looked. And you'll see the barn coming up in a moment. And that barn was actually moved from one location to closer to the house, but it is the original barn that you'll see right there. And then we stumbled onto the outdoor oven where they would have wood burning fire there to cook food. I got a closer look at the house while we had some time. And one thing I learned from the docent was that one of the telltale signs that a house is a Queen Anne style home is its wrap around terrace. And if you look at the sides of the house, you see the dentil and the scallop sidings there is just so detailed. Then we got to go inside the house for our tour, and this is the entrance of the house where guests would be greeted. The first thing I noticed about the dining room were these massive pocket doors. And then the second thing I noticed were the gas lit lights. The docent said the lights facing upwards were the gas ones, and that's why you see the medallion on the top on the ceiling to protect the ceiling from getting stains from the gas going upwards. Next to the dining room was the breakfast room, which looked more traditional and informal. And then we got to walk into the kitchen, which is humongous. But one thing about the kitchen that I found fascinating was the invention of this ventilation system from the basement into one of the cupboards to keep produce fresh. And this was probably one of the first walk-in refrigerators. And as you can see, it really truly is walk-in. And then we got to go upstairs and we got to see some original millwork right there. And the floors were original from 1892, all oak. You'll see the picture molding there as well, and the original doors with the windows on top for ventilation. Look at the doorknobs and the hinges. It's just so intricately done. And then we go into the nursery, which I thought was charming with furnishings from that time period and clothing as well. And then we have a walk-through closet from the nursery to the next bedroom. So as we walk through these bedrooms, you're going to see a close-up of the back of a bed frame with something that looks like the side of a wire coat hanger. And that is used to pull the sheets and the bedding tight. So instead of mattress springs, they used rope to really tighten and snug people into their beds at night, and hence that saying, sleep tight. One theme I noticed is the area where the bay windows are. They would use this area for sitting areas in the bedrooms. Across the hall is where you'll see a little girl's room. And what makes this one special is that it has a washroom. It's just a simple toilet, but yes, they did have plumbing back in the day. And there's the wash bin to wash your hands. And this is the master bedroom. If you haven't noticed now, the beds are quite small compared to today's standards. And there is another sitting area. And what's very unique is the master bathroom. I was really surprised to see a tub. It is the only tub in the house. And the left door you see there, that's ajar, is the actual laundry chute. And you could put your laundry through that chute and it'll go down to the first floor to the staff to clean. One artifact I'd like to focus on at the end of this video is the Hoosier cabinet. It was basically a baking station where you can keep everything in one place. That middle drawer pulls out, and then we've got two bins on the bottom to keep ingredients. And it was just so popular. And by the 1920s, it looks like the Hoosier Manufacturing Company made more than 2 million cabinets. So this was an invention that was a staple in everybody's homes. And experts call it a game changer. It really revolutionized kitchens in America because before that, it was just a table in the kitchen. And now kitchens are getting more consolidated, and it became a pantry as well as a place to prepare food and also to store food.